Millwall, the Lions, one of British football's most notorious sides. Known more for what their fans do off the field instead of what their players do on it. Fact of the matter though is that they are struggling. Last season they were on the cusp of reaching the playoffs for the championship, narrowly missing out. But this season it is a story of survival. The side from South London are currently in the thick of the relegation battle, finding themselves in 20th position, 4 points ahead of Reading at the time of recording. It is time for Mr. Rebuild to take control and take the Lions not only out of their current predicament, but beyond, European champions. G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome back to another Rebuild. We are headed to the championship for the first time in a little while, taking over Tim Cahill's former side, Millwall. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. I am expecting this rebuild to take a hell of a long time, so if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on the video, and also make sure, if you are new around here, that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. So this is what our starting 11 is looking like at the beginning of season number 1. My main priorities for this first season is to bring in a nice young striker, and then potentially a nice young left midfielder because Marshall is only here on loan. But let's see what we can do in this opening window and hopefully avoid relegation this season. Our first signing as manager of Millwall is to bring in a new striker, and it is the Canadian Jonathan David. He is joining us here from Ghent for £2 million. And a player departure here as we sell Shane Ferguson to Kasim Passar for £40,000. My God, Jared. We have grinded to make a second signing. It's been about a month and a half since we signed David, but we bring in Tatsuya Ito from Hamburg. The Japanese left midfielder signs for £3.5 million. That is a big pickup. 2 players in, 1 player out. Slow but steadily building up a nice little core here, but our main goal for season 1 is survival. And let's see how the hunt for survival is coming along on the 1st of January. We have made no real impact to the side yet because we find ourselves in the identical position as to where Millwall are in real life, but probably worse as well because we are equal on points with Sheffield Wednesday, only out of the relegation zone right now due to goal difference. The good news, however, there is plenty of room to jump up the table, but we need to make sure we have an outstanding second half of the season. Otherwise, we could be in real trouble of getting relegated, which would be a massive L. Looking up the other end of the table, Stoke City. Wow, they're doing terrible in real life, but them and Aston Villa are in the automatic zone. And unfortunately, we can't really help out our chances at all. We can't do any business in this window. We had to sign a lot of our players that were on contract expiries, so our budget was extremely tight. But let's see if we can survive relegation in season 1 or whether it's going to be a long way to the top for Millwall. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We have survived by 2 points in the championship. Look how bad that is. We only had 8 wins, 21 draws. Wow, we need to start putting those draws into wins next season, but 2 points ahead of Blackburn, who are relegated to League 1, along with Preston North End and Bolton. So that is very lucky. We can only go, no, that's a lie, we can actually go down, but we want to go up next season. Stoke City breaking the 100-point threshold. They are automatically promoted with Aston Villa. And then it is between Derby, West Brom, Middlesbrough and Norwich to fight it out for the final spot. Taking a look at the other competitions, Man City did win the FA Cup. Arsenal won the Carabao Cup. Middlesbrough join Stoke and Aston Villa in the Premier League. They take down Norwich to win the playoffs. Juventus win the Champions League. And Chelsea win an all-English Europa League final. Season 1, very lucky not to be relegated. We need to make it better next season. We need to improve our side. We need to jump up that table, but we will take it. We survived. Let's get into season number 2 with the Lions. The importance of a good goalkeeper in FIFA 19 career mode is definitely not to be underestimated, and we have definitely put that in the back of our mind as we sign Radu from Inter Milan. The Romanian goalkeeper joins us for £4 million. A player departure to kick off season 2. It is going to be Lee Gregory, signing with Ipswich for £720,000. And one of our goalkeepers, David Martin, makes the move to Rosenborg for £220,000. A new left back, let's go, it's Jamal Lewis. Originally at Norwich, but we did get him from Brøndby in the Danish league, I believe, for £4 million. Again, a very methodical transfer window, improving our defense. Radu and Lewis in, Gregory and Martin out. Our side, look at that starting 11, that is beyond balanced. 71, 72, 73 rated for everybody in that starting 11. So yeah, I don't know what to expect for this second season. Surely I would hope not to be in the relegation battle again, but we'll soon find out. Alright. We will take that for sure. We are not in the relegation battle. We are in the promotion battle. 1 point out of the playoffs and only 4 points away from automatic promotion. A lot of big fighters near us, but can we make a push for the Premier League? We will find out. Scrolling down the table, yeah, we are far from the relegation zone. Wigan, Rotherham and Plymouth all in dire straits. Again, we're not going to be able to make any real business in this window because I've got to renew contracts. So yeah, no business this window. It's a real bummer, but we'll get into the end of the season and see what sort of a scenario and situation we are looking at. What is going on with the Hoot haircut as well? That is a bad trim. Oh dear, here we go lads. We are in the playoffs, and in a second we're going to find out if it is promotion or whether it is the third season in the championship. Fulham and Cardiff straight back up to the Premier League, but we are battling it out with Leeds, Bournemouth and Brentford. Going down the other end of the table, who got relegated? Plymouth Argyle, Rotherham and Wigan, they got relegated. Liverpool, they win a Merseyside FA Cup final. Everton win the Carabao Cup. We do not get promoted. We lost 5-1 on aggregate in the semi-finals to Bournemouth, who ultimately went up to the Premier League. So it's the third season in the championship, but surely we're going to break through next season. Real Madrid won the Champions League final, and Sevilla won the Europa League final. Season 2 was a season of high hopes and unfortunately high disappointment, but season 3, that is a season of extraordinary hope. Our hunt for promotion in season number 3 begins with a midfield signing. Morgan Gibbs-White coming down to the championship from Wolves for £6.5 million. A deadline day departure here as we sell Ryan Leonard. He's off to the Turkish league for £1.8 million. Not too busy of a window here. I tried to get another player in on deadline day, but it just fell through. Hopefully we can make it happen in January, get something happening there. But Gibbs-White in, Leonard's out. Let's see how the hunt for promotion is coming along at the halfway point of season 3. Things are going to plan at the halfway point here. We don't want to have to battle it out in the playoffs. I mean, if that's the worst case scenario, I'll cop it, but we want automatic promotion. Right now we are in the automatic promotion spots, but we need one more big signing to our side, in my opinion, if we want to shore that spot up. It is so far ourselves and Aston Villa, two Lion clubs in the driver's seat. Hopefully we can hang on there. Scrolling down the other end of the table, Oxford United, Hull City, and Blackburn all struggling. Surely this is going to be a signing that could really shake up and shape the rest of the rebuild. Amine Aguirre coming in from Lyon. The stupid club Lyon, they have a release clause of 3.55 million. We have capitalized on it, signing the Frenchman, who's valued at 12.5. That is a signing that is surely going to get us into the Premier League. Aguirre is such a big signing. Surely he gets us to the Premier League. Again, our side looks so balanced. Definitely going to go for a centre-back next season. But let's see if Millwall will be Premier League bound. Get in there, lads! Promoted to the Premier League with Millwall. Premier League football at the Den in season number 4. Just like at the halfway point, it is ourselves and Aston Villa heading through in the automatic spots. However, we finish in first position, so we are champions of the championship. It's now between Norwich, Middlesbrough, Stoke and West Brom to fight it out for that final spot. But we are going to the Premier League next season. Who is going down? QPR, Oxford and Blackburn. Chelsea did win the FA Cup over Spurs on penalties. Crystal Palace won the Carabao Cup again over Spurs on penalties. Stoke City are joining us and Aston Villa in the Premier League next season. They take down West Brom in the playoff final. Manchester United take down Atletico Madrid and win the Champions League. And Liverpool, they win the Europa League. We set out with a goal in season 3 and we smashed it out of the park. Premier League football in season 4. Let's crack on with Millwall. So obviously, Millwall and West Ham have a notorious rivalry. They hate each other. So I thought, let's go ahead and get a big W over West Ham. We've brought in one of their favourite sons. It's Declan Rice, coming across for £15 million. I'm going to be playing him as centre-back. That is a controversial signing, but a fantastic one on our behalf. And some more wheeling and dealing here. We bring in David Brooks, the Welsh right midfielder. We signed him from Bournemouth for £18 million. We have really given ourselves a good chance of survival this season with those 2 signings. 2 big signings to help us survive our first season in the Premier League. That's our number 1 goal. We cannot afford to get relegated. It is going to be a right old challenge, but we need to dig in and make sure we don't. Let's see how that goal is coming along halfway through the season. The fight against relegation so far working in our favour, but it is very close. Only 4 points ahead of Southampton in the relegation zone. They're joined by Stoke and Aston Villa. We need to make sure we survive this season, then it's onwards and upwards. And speaking of upwards, we look at the top of the table, and so far, Arsenal and Man City tied in first position. Oh my goodness gracious me, lads. Oh, this is a ridiculous signing. We need to make sure we're surviving in the Premier League this season, because Frankie de Jong, the man that's going to Barcelona in real life, will be coming to Millwall next season. Our first pre-contract signing, 89 rated already. What a pickup. Welcome in season 5, Frankie de Jong. So I am really excited for de Jong to be coming into the side next season. We just need to make sure that he's coming into a Premier League side. Let's see how that goes. Let's get to the end of the season. Get in there, 6 points clear, and Millwall survived the first season in the Premier League. Meaning in season 5 we will be playing Premier League again. Frankie de Jong into the club, hopefully a little bit more money. We can really take this side to the next level. But it is Southampton, Stoke and Villa all relegated. Fulham finished in 7th. My God, I hope that's in our near future. But Man City do win the Premier League title over United. Liverpool win the FA Cup final on penalties. Fulham win the Carabao Cup on penalties. PSG, they go ahead and win the Champions League final. And Chelsea win an all-English Europa League final. Season 4 done and dusted. I am so keen for next season. Frankie de Jong, come to Papa, come to Millwall, baby. We kick off the season with a player departure, Murray Wallace off to Eibar for £2.35 million. And it's a defensive signing here. We want to make sure that we're a lot more comfortable than we were last season, so we have weakened a fellow Premier League opponent, bringing in Filippo Romagna for £15.5 million from Crystal Palace, our South London rivals. It's so hard to make good business happen when you don't really have that much money to work with. We bring in one player, Romagna. Thankfully, De Jong came into our midfield, which makes us look so much better. But I'm kind of nervous for this season. Hopefully we don't have second season syndrome. Hopefully season 5 and our second in the Premier League is successful. So on the 1st of January, things are going well here. We are sitting in 9th position on 29 points, only 8 points away from top 4 football, which would be nice. But I definitely wanted to finish mid-table this season, or at least strive for that. So far we're in a good position, but we're not safe yet. Fulham are on 18 points and West Ham and Burnley on 17, so 11 points safe. If we have a bad second half of the season, you don't really know what's going to happen, but we need to make sure that we have a good second half of the season and, yeah, get mid-table or potentially higher. And we've picked up a new right back here early in January. Stretched the budget to pick up Jayden Bogle, originally at Derby County, but now at Atletico Madrid, well, now at Millwall. We get him for £7.9 million. So the one signing of Bogle into the side, hopefully the Englishman can help us boost up the table a little bit this season. But let's see how season 5 with Millwall finishes. So it's a pretty average second half of the season, pretty poor second half of the season, but we finished better than we did last year. We're well and truly safe from relegation. Although 7 points isn't super close, but 12th position in the Premier League. Cardiff, Burnley and West Ham all relegated. Fulham managed to get themselves out of there. And then who won the Premier League? It is Man United, only 73 points, so a pretty low scoring season. But we finish in 12th. Next season, we really need to take the next step up and start pushing for top 4, but it's going to be difficult with a lack of money. In the FA Cup, Tottenham did win that title. Manchester City, they won the Carabao Cup. Real Madrid win another Champions League title. And Fiorentina, they take down Everton. So a very mediocre season 5. Definitely hoping for better next year. Hoping for some more signings. Hoping for some growth up the table. That was a season to forget. We've upgraded big time at the goalkeeper spot. A release clause bargain. Andre Onana from Ajax is joining us here at Millwall. 85 rated keeper. We've picked him up for only £18.4 million, which I am over the moon about. Hopefully that helps us go up the table a lot this season. He's been here since the start, but we have decided to move on with him. Marlon Romeo is off to Alaves for £7.1 million. Jed Wallace off to Crystal Palace. We've bought a player from Palace, now we've sold a player to Palace, but Jed Wallace is there for £6.2 million. Another player that's been here since the start that we have decided to sell on is Ben Thompson off to Leicester City. I love release clauses. Oh yes, I do. Davide Calabria, 88 rated, almost valued at £50 million. He is now a Millwall player for just 26.6. Yes, we've got him for almost half of what he's valued at. Barcelona, you absolute mugs. You gotta look at those release clauses. Welcome to Millwall, mate. What a signing that is. A huge window here full of release clause bargains. It's Onana and Calabria in. Romeo, Wallace and Thompson out of the club. We're starting to get there, lads. We're starting to assemble a decent looking side. Still a lot of work to do, but let's see if we can continue to climb up the table this season. Not ideal if I'm being honest. We're halfway through the season, only on 30 points and sitting in 9th position. In fact, we're over halfway through the season. That's disappointing. I really thought we could crack top 4 this season. I mean, we can still do it, but we would have to go on an incredible run of form. How far off are we from the relegation zone? So pretty similar distance from the relegation zone. So not overly thrilled, especially considering we've brought in Onana, Calabria, we've got De Jong in there already and Guiri. So disappointing start to the season, but hopefully we can salvage it in the second half. Let's see though if we can do any business in this transfer window. And well, no, we haven't done any business this window. We couldn't really get much done, didn't have much money to work with, so disappointing. We splashed the cash in the first window though and over exceeded, I believe. But let's see how we finish off this season. Please don't be disappointing mid-table again. This is proving to be one of the more difficult rebuilds to progress in. Like, we've been getting little milestones, but then being standing still for a long time. So, avoiding relegation in the championship, getting promoted, and then surviving relegation the first season of the Premier League have been our three biggest accomplishments. But then we've just been hovering mid-table since then. We really need to step up another gear. And I don't know how we're going to do that, because financially we're not getting much support, which is why I've been going in and getting these release clause bargains, trying to be extra tactical about it. But it's getting difficult, lads. We finished 10th in the Premier League. Next season we need to try breaking into that top 4 desperately. Spurs win the Premier League. Who gets relegated? Huddersfield, Aston Villa and Leeds. Everton win a Merseyside derby FA Cup. What? Liverpool win another Merseyside derby in the Carabao Cup final. What is going on? Barcelona take down PSG and win the Champions League. And Everton managed to win the Europa League. Fair play. So will season 7 be the season that we break through that top 4 and really get the rebuild kick-started again, really get things rolling? I sure hope so. Let's crack on. Upgrading at the striker spot to kick off season number 7, Dominic Solanke coming in from Valencia for £19.1 million. So I said to myself I wouldn't be making, or I'd be trying to limit the amount of release clause signings I made, but then I was looking for a new left midfielder, and Ezequiel Barco from Atlanta United had a release clause of 15.9 million, and I just could not help myself. 86 rated left midfielder into Millwall, big signing, welcome mate. And Jamal Lewis is the latest player to depart the club, meaning we're going to have to go looking for a left back. We sold him to Borussia Dortmund for £17 million. All good things come in threes, and there's been 3 departures here. Tom Bradshaw off the Fluminense, Archer off the Stade Reims, and O'Brien off to Reading. It's taken a while to get it going, but we have brought in a new left back. We've grinded to get him in. Theo Hernandez coming across from Everton for £36.3 million. Our busiest window to date. So much business done. Solanke, Barco and Hernandez in. Lewis, O'Brien, Archer, Bradshaw all out. Our side's starting to look real nice. Still quite scrappy, but I definitely think we should be making a push for the top 4 this season. Alright. This is what we want to see. So we're on the halfway point, or just over it, and we're sitting in 6th position, but we're only 3 points away from 2nd place Chelsea. It's looking all but secured that Man City are at least going to take up one of the top 4 spots. So it's a matter of having a very good second half of the season, turning some of those draws into wins, and getting ourselves into the top 4 heading into season 8. Looking at the other end of the spectrum, however, Burnley, Fulham and Bournemouth all struggling. Yeah, no business done this window, no real surprise there. Hopefully this side is good enough to get us Champions League football. I really hope so, because we're looking at breaking the record for one of the longest rebuilds if we continue in this fashion. Let's get to the end of season 7. Get in there, lads! A very good second half to the season. In fact, I think we had 7 draws at the halfway point, so we did exactly what I said. Turn those draws into wins. We go up 3 spots, finish in the top 4. It's ourselves, Man City, Chelsea and Everton playing Champions League football next season. Hopefully with a couple of big set signings, we can go deep into the Champions League as well. But Fulham, wow, Fulham went from the relegation zone to 11th. Hope that happens this season, but West Ham, Burnley and Bournemouth are all relegated. Man City win an FA Cup final, that is a Manchester derby. Man City also win the Carabao Cup, so they did the treble, didn't they? The Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. No way! Man City did the quad. They won the Champions League as well. Oh my god, I need to go check out their squad. And Tottenham, they won the Europa League. So a pretty good season for us. Champions League football next year. Let's throw the bank at this squad. Hopefully we get good money, but let's throw the bank at it and let's go deep in the Champions League. Fingers crossed. Strugglers no more, let's get this bread. A player departure here. We have sold our goalkeeper Andre Onana to Arsenal. We got a very good price for him. We sold him for £43.9 million. So I am over the moon, almost double his base value. He's been here since day one, but unfortunately it's time for Jonathan David to move on. We've sold the Canadian striker to Hanover for £15.8 million. A pretty disappointing progression, if I'm being honest. It's Marcus bloody Rashford. He's coming to Millwall. We've signed him from Real Madrid, which is a big play because there's a fair chance we could be coming up against them in the Champions League this season. But we have signed the Englishman. Only £66.4 million, 90 rated, one of the world's best strikers. Welcome to Millwall. And just like that, we bring in a brand new number one. It is Alban Lafont, recently changed nations from France to Burkina Faso, and we have signed him to Millwall. Still a lot of time left for this bloke. 90 rated. We signed him from Fiorentina for £73.4 million. Welcome to Millwall. Surely that's got to make us one of the favourites to go deep in the Champions League this season now. 2 players in, 2 players out, a very big transfer window that has basically shaped our squad. Big improvements, Rashford and Lafont in, Onana and David out of the squad. I still think we need to upgrade our right centre mid spot, our right mid spot, and potentially one of our centre back spots, but that'll have to wait potentially to January, if not next summer. But let's see our group stage for the first time in this Millwall rebuild. Now, this is a group I can get around. We're in Group C, and we are facing Real Sociedad, Spartak Moscow, and Red Bull Salzburg, which I think it's a pretty fair group. I would like to think we're going to get out of it, but you guys, if you've been watching the rebuilds for a little time, you know stranger things have happened, so let's stop speculating. Let's just get into it and see if we make it to the knockout rounds. Yep, that went exactly the way I expected it to. We have flown past the other opponents and gotten through to the knockout rounds with Sociedad with absolute ease. Who are we versing in the round of 16? Oh dear. Oh dear. Real bloody Madrid. Yeah, I was right when I signed Rashford and I said we might be able to verse them. We got them in the round of 16. Thank you a lot, FIFA gods. Well, that's going to be a real test of what we're made of. Real Madrid. Oh no. What? What is going on in the Premier League? What? Halfway through the season and we're in 10th spot and we're 13 points away from 4th place Man United. What has happened to us? Why? Why are we doing well in Champions League and so bad in the Premier League? Oh dear, that is not good at all. I would love to make a big signing this window, but I really don't have enough money to do it. Oh, damn it. We're really going to have to hope we do well in the Champions League. And by well, I mean win the whole damn thing. Okay, I lied. We have made a good piece of business here. We have brought in Arne Meyer, but the way we did it was we transferred Gibbs White, our midfielder, plus £34 million. So stretch the budget, but I feel like it's worth it. We've gone from an 84 rated midfielder to an 87. Welcome to Millwall, Arne Meyer. Only the one signing. I'm happy with it, but will it be enough for us to get past bloody Real Madrid? That's the question. Let's find out the answer. No Barco, no De Jong, no Brooks. Our squad is in tatters for this round of 16 clash away at the Santiago Bernabeu. I'm not going to lie, I don't feel confident. And then John Stones goes and scores in the 6th minute. They have such a good side, Real Madrid. I'm just keeping track now of who they have so that I can potentially look to buy and weaken them next season or the seasons after. Ito gets us an away goal back though. Okay, we're actually in it for this game and the tie. We've got an away goal. I thought we'd be like 4-0 down at the moment. Oh my, we've actually got the advantage right now. And we're going to take the advantage into the second leg. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Still no Barco, but we get Brooks and we get De Jong back for the second leg. Come on, lads. Come on. If we keep a clean sheet, we go through, but that's easier said than done. They've got a very good side. That is a ridiculously good side. They get... that is the last thing we needed. They get an away goal back, and our away goal advantage is out the window. Bentancur, someone I've looked at getting, gets them the go-ahead goal. We need to equalise now. We need to equalise and get a second goal. If they get a second goal, we're just about dead and buried. There's 10 minutes to go. Come on. We're done. We're done. Martinez gets a second goal. Real Madrid go through 3-1. And now we need to hope we can pull off a miracle in the Premier League and get back to Season 9. This is a huge L we have taken. We finished 13 points out of the top 4. Next year needs to be a refocusing season. I'm going to splash the cash again. Hopefully we get given somewhat similar to what we got last season or this season. But you can probably tell in my voice, very disappointed by this season. I thought we could have definitely gone deep in the Champions League, but I thought top 4 was assured. I thought it was nailed on. Very disappointing. Who finished top? Man City again. They've killed it in this rebuild. Who got relegated? Leeds, Brighton, and Middlesbrough. Spurs do go on and win the FA Cup. Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. Juventus take down AC Milan to win on penalties. Okay, Real Madrid got to the semis and then we lost on away goals rule, but Juve Champions League winners and Inter Milan Europa League winners. A very disappointing season on the field. We need to be better next season. We need to get back to winning ways. I thought Season 9 would be done by, or at least in the Champions League final, but Season 9, let's crack on. This season begins with a new right midfielder signing. We have brought in Paulinho from Bayer Leverkusen, £48 million for the Brazilian. I'm over the moon with that signing. £36.4 million. That is the sum we have accepted and received for selling Felipe Romagna to Bayer Leverkusen. Best of luck, mate, but we need a little bit of an upgrade and a little bit younger of a player in the same package. And we've gone ahead and got an upgrade. It is Eder Militao coming across from PSG for £51 million. Out for the start of the season, but long-term a better signing. And a deadline day signing here as we bring in Curtis Jones from Newcastle United. The 25-year-old midfielder signs for £22.9 million. A very productive transfer window. Paulinho, Militao and Jones into the club, Romagna out of it. And honestly, if we were in the Champions League this season, I would consider us to be one of the favourites, but we need to get back there for next season. Let's see how the hunt for Champions League football is cracking on. This is what we want to see. Halfway through the season and we are top of the Premier League. In fact, we're over halfway through the season. But Millwall, we are first, 6 points ahead of Man City, and most importantly, 12 points ahead of 5th placed Fulham. We want to stay top of the league, but most importantly, we want to get Champions League football. Let's scroll down the table and see who else is struggling though. Bournemouth, Stoke, and Burnley. I tried to bring in a player on a pre-contract, but it just was unable to be done. So nobody knew to start off next season, but let's make sure this side here gets us Champions League football. I'll check in with you guys at the end of the season. Get in there, lads. We are Premier League champions. Champions League football next season. How good is that? We finished well and truly in the top 4, but it was a tight race between us, Chelsea, and I guess Manchester City to win the Premier League. But Millwall are the Premier League champions. Our squad's looking good. Surely next season we can go deep. Who got relegated though? That is the question. Yep. Burnley, Bournemouth, Southampton. No, it's not Southampton, Stoke City. Man City did win the FA Cup. Liverpool beat their rivals Man United on penalties in the Carabao Cup. AC Milan win the Champions League. And Napoli win the Europa League. The perfect way to bounce back from a pretty bad season is to win the league, pick up some great players, and really fill us with confidence headed in to next season. Can we win the Champions League next season? I sure do hope so. So we have started season number 10 off with a centre-back signing. It is going to be our new backup centre-back, Filip Benkovic, bringing in the Croat from Everton for £38.8 million. A pretty expensive backup if you ask me. This is a signing I am very, very excited about. A new right midfielder, and it is one of the hottest prospects in not only English but European football. Jadon Sancho coming to Millwall, £92.2 million to bring him to the Den, 90 rated. Oh my god, I'm so keen to have this guy. A player departure here. He's been here for a long time, but David Brooks has been moved on. He is off to Liverpool for £42.4 million. A monster addition at the left back spot. It is a regen signing. I'm assuming potentially it is the regen signing of David Alaba, an Austrian left back known as Stefan Olinik. We signed him from Chelsea for £82 million. 89 rated left back. What a picker. We're just absolutely splashing the cash. £213 million spent on this window on 3 massive signings. I mean, look at that side. This starting 11 and bench as well. Our bench is ridiculous. I would have to say this is one of the best teams we have ever put together in the rebuild history, and it's still not over. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do in this 10th season, but let's go and have a suss out of our group. So we've been placed into Group G of the Champions League, and I have to say, it is a lot tougher than what we got in Season 8, but I still think we should be getting through. Definitely going to be a lot tougher, but I hope we get through. I pray. If we have to go again, oh my god, that'd be frustrating. But let's see how we go. We've actually done better than we did in Season 8. We're top of the group again. Not a single loss. Ourselves in Roma comfortably through to the knockout rounds, which is fantastic. One step closer. Who are we versing in the round of 16 though? Bloody hell, we got Real Madrid last time. Now we have the team that I personally think are going to win the Champions League in real life this season, and that is PSG. Oh my goodness gracious me. PSG in the round of 16. A lot of good sides. Damn, okay. And of course, we need to make sure that we're qualifying for the Champions League again this season. Currently, not living up to that in 5th, but we're very close. No business done in this January window. I'm hoping that the squad we have right now is enough to get us deep into the Champions League, but let's go and take on PSG in the round of 16. Alright, here we go lads. It is the away leg up first. Declan Rice is suspended, so that makes me happy that I brought in Benkovic earlier. Hopefully we can get some away goals on the board. They've still got Mbappe, who I'm assuming is like a 94 by now. Neymar on the bench. We get an away goal though. They get a goal back, but we have an away goal through Rashford, which is always nice. Guiri gets injured. Hopefully it's not a bad injury. Solanke comes on. What is going on here? Kuna gets another goal for them, but we get another away goal through Barco. I will take 2 away goals. If we can get a third in the final minutes here, that would be great. We don't. A 2-2 draw. I hope Guiri's not out for long. Okay, good. Only 3 days. So it is time for the second leg here. Full strength starting 11. Rice is back in the starting 11. If we keep a clean sheet, we go through, but I would love to get a goal on the board early to shore things up a little bit. Rice comes back with another yellow card. Half an hour in. Still 0-0. Come on, let's go and get a goal. Come on. Let's get a goal to give us a little bit of added room. Half an hour to go. If it stays 0-0, we go through. Come on, hold on. Last 15 minutes. Hold on, please. Last 5 minutes. Yes, Solanke. He assures us getting through to the quarterfinals. We go through 3-2 on aggregate. It is Barcelona in the quarterfinals. I mean, every side remaining here is tough. But you don't want to get Barcelona. That's not what you want to see. And unfortunately, we have the home leg up first, which I don't generally love. But come on, lads. We get a goal in the first minute. Oh, Guiri, how good is that? Who do they have? Got Malcolm on the bench. We've got Dembele, Catrone, Arthur, Skriniar, Umtiti, Dalot. They've got a good side here, but we take the lead in the first bloody minute, which I'll take. We can't afford to get an away goal though. Rashford with a yellow card. Hopefully it doesn't see him get suspended. We get another goal. Olinik, our regen left back. Alaba's regen, I think, gets us a second goal, and that's the perfect start to things here 2-0 up, heading into the second leg at the Camp Nou. Alright, here we go, lads. The quarterfinals, the second leg. We are 2-0 up, headed into the second leg. It's going to take a monumental choke for us to get eliminated here. We get a goal. That's exactly what we needed. Maya gets us an away goal. We are 3-0 up with an away goal on the board. Rice gets a yellow card though, and I think he got one in the first leg, so he might be in strife for suspension again. But we need to make sure we survive. No injuries, please. Barcelona need to score 4 goals now. They're not going to do it. We're going to go through to the semi-finals. No injuries. No injuries. Rashford gets another one to put the icing on the cake. This team is something else. 4-0 on aggregate against Barcelona. 4 teams remain. 2 from England, 1 from Italy, 1 from Spain. And we have been matched up with the one from Italy. It is Juventus versus Millwall in the Champions League semi-finals for season number 10. A strong first leg is necessary. We travel away to Turin to take on Juve. No suspensions, no injuries. We get an away goal as well. What a start. Barco, yes mate, that is exactly what we're after. They've got a good side as well. Dybala on the bench. Is that Madison? James Madison? They get a red card. Koundé, someone I looked at picking up myself instead of Benkovic, and he has picked up a red card. Barco gets us a second away goal. It is all coming up Millhouse. Come on lads, last 5 minutes. We get a yellow card, but we head into the second leg at the Den with a 2-0 lead. Again, a full strength starting 11 again at the Den here for the second leg. Juventus need to score 2 goals. If we can score early, that will mean... There it is! Rashford makes it 3-0, so Juve now need 3 goals. Barco! Oh, he could have put them to the sword. Rashford gets another goal, though. This team is incredible. We are on fire. Oh my god, we are 4-0 up. Juve need to score 4 goals. With 20 minutes to go, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be going through to the Champions League final. Rashford puts the icing on the cake. We win this leg 3-1, 5-1 on aggregate, and Millwall are flying through to the final of the Champions League in 2028 to face either Real Madrid or Manchester City. It is going to be an all-English affair in the Champions League final. Millwall versus Manchester City on the 27th of May, 2028. This rebuild has taken so long. How'd they go? They dismantled Real Madrid just like we dismantled Juve. Taking a look around the other competitions, however, Wolfsburg did defeat Inter Milan. We finish 3rd in the Premier League title race, which means we get to play Champions League football in Season 11 if we lose to Man City tonight. Everton win the Premier League title on goal difference over Fulham. Oh my god, Fulham. I would have loved to see Fulham win the Premier League, even if it was only in FIFA. But fair play there to Everton. Let's scroll down the table. Leeds, Middlesbrough and Brighton all relegated. Man United finished in 14th as well, oh my. We did win the FA Community Shield over Manchester City earlier in the season. We also won the FA Cup 2-0 over Man United, but we were unable to win the Carabao Cup. Man City, our opponents tonight, did win that. So it has been an incredibly successful season for us in season number 10. But winning the Champions League title would be the perfect way to cap it off. Hopefully we can get the result here against Manchester City. Sancho's former side as well, Manchester City. But let's see how we go. Let's see if it is season 10 when the Champions League title will be coming to the Den. That rhymed. Let's get into the final.
Go chasing miracles, no, that's not how my story goes. You could be my hero before I let you go. Cause I don't go chasing fairy tales, no, that's not how my story goes. I've been down this road before, I've seen the fall, and now I'm fall for you. I've been there.
Two English teams teams playing in one of England's most famous stadiums, but can we deliver the Champions League title back to the dead? Let's find out. Here we go, Rashford feeding it down the line. Good start here. Sancho against his former side. We're looking for the back post. Tipped away. Get in! Oh, what a start! What a start! Who was that? Who in the world wears number 7? It's Barco! The looping header! And we have scored off the kickoff almost. We made the tackle. And then, oh my god, the looping header. I think whoever it was, Edison or whoever, tried to meet it out there. Punched it away. Behind, loops it over him. That's a dream start. Oh my god. We've lost our shape here. We have lost our shape and Jesus is coming towards us. Oh, luckily it's a bad pass, but it goes straight back to Sane. They get the shot and it's a big save there from Lafont. Sterling keeps it in and it's out for a corner now. Far out. So it's a corner here for City. Fernandes goes to Raheem Sterling up against Barco. Going to Jesus. Don't let him get the shot off. Good save, Lafont. Man City have felt all over us. Good stop though. Oh, it's Sane. Let's get the tackle. Come on, somebody put a block in. Get rid of it, Olynyk. Oh my god. Man City are causing us so many issues. Here we go. Can we get something happening here in the second half? Start of the second half. It's Guiri. Going to Rashford. Rashford, the time finesse off the post. Oh, Rashford off the post. That would have been the killer blow for Man City, given how good they've been. Here we go, Guiri. Going to Sancho. Rashford again. Feeding it. I should have kept going with Rashford, but we get another shot. We're really settling into the game now. Continuing to attack here. Get that one away. Good. Now let's hit him on the counter. Come on, Sancho. On the counter attack against your former side. Oh, nice skills to go through there. Sancho feeding it through to Guiri. Holds it up. Feeds it through to Sancho. Goes to De Jong. Oh, good block there. We do get the corner, though. That would have been a great opportunity for us if we got the shot off properly. But it goes to Militao. Ah, wide. Man City on the attack here. Going through. They've had a bit of a quiet second half. But Lozano. Oh, my God. What a rocket of a finish. Lozano has equalised. We were just trying to hold. Oh my god, what can I do there? That is ridiculous. We don't want to go to extra time. I suck at extra time. Come on. De Jong. Going there to Rashford. Oh, why are you backheeling that there, Rashford? Why are you backheeling that there? Going to be Lafont just kicking that ball away, and that is full time, end of regular time. We are off to extra time here. Come on, Paulinho, fresh off the bench. Getting that ball through there. Come on, we need an opportunity. I'm mad anxious right now. Sancho. Going here. Barco. Out to Paulinho. They're not giving us an inch here, Man City. Oh, Rashford, we need to get that shot off. We need to get those shots off. We're going through. We're passing it around. Maya going to Barco. Feeding it through here to Sancho. Get that ball in the middle. What kind of a cross is that, Sancho? It's not what I was after at all. But it's still on. Come on, win that, Barco. Barco! Oh, Barco! What a goal! He gets a brace in the Champions League final. It is Barco. We moved him to attacking midfielder, and he might have just won us the Champions League final here. What a finish from the Argentine. I think he's Argentinian. Oh my god. I want to see the replay here. Look at this. It was such a scrappy sort of moment. We flick it over the top. He heads it to himself and hits it on the follow-up volley. What a finish that is. Edison probably should have done better. Was probably blindsided by it. Get in. Come on, lads. 5 minutes to go. We need to retain possession. A goal here would finish it. Rashford scores it. What a finish from Marcus Rashford. Millwall, barring a minor miracle from Man City, are going to be Champions League winners. What a finish it is. The beautiful build-up play. The beautiful finish. Look at this on the replay. What a run from Rashford. First time into the roof of the net against his former Manchester rival on the field where he used to call home. It is Marcus Rashford making it 3-1 here. Come on, Millwall. 2 minutes of added time here. We win the ball back through Sancho. We need to hold on to it, though. Man City aren't going to be able to get 2 goals in 2 minutes. They're going to get a shot off, though. They're going to force Lafont into a pretty good save. It's a corner here for City. Once we clear it, I feel like it is going to be game over. Win that ball. What are you doing, Lafont? Punches it away. Cleared away. Champions League winners. It is Millwall. The Champions League title is coming to the Den. Lads, thank you for watching one of the most insane rebuilds to date. This is probably my favorite rebuild I have ever done. Oh my god, lads, I'm going to let you soak up the atmosphere, soak up the celebrations. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Most importantly, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been Jared HD. I am out. Peace.